for its close-range combat techniques and emphasis on practicality. The Sil Lim Tao is the first form in the Wing Chun system and serves as the foundation for all subsequent techniques and forms. The history of the Sil Lim Tao form can be traced back to the origins of Wing Chun itself, which is believed to have been developed by an 18th century Buddhist nun, Nimoy. According to legend, Nimoy created the Wing Chun as a means for women to defend themselves against stronger opponents, emphasizing efficiency and speed over brute strength. The name Sil Lim Tao translates to little idea or small thought, reflecting the focus on developing mental clarity and foundational skills. The form consists of a series of movements that teach the practitioner the principles of structure, relaxation, proper posture, and the importance of balance and sensitivity. So what I've done is compose a list of basically 15 different items that I'd like to cover of why it is important to train the Sil Lim Tao. The first aspect, foundation of techniques. Sil Lim Tao serves a foundational form of Wing Chun, teaching the basic techniques and principles that are crucial for the rest of the system. Number 2, body mechanics. It emphasizes proper body mechanics, including stance, balance, and movement. Practicing this form helps practitioners develop the efficiency in their movements. I have found you need to develop short power. So by training the Sil Lim Tao, repeating opening to fist each day daily starts to develop that short power. All of the pak sows, the jut sows, that all helps develop your short power movements, which really help your physical fitness in this aspect. Number 3, mindfulness and focus. Training the form encourages mental focus and mindfulness, allowing practitioners to connect their mind and body, which is vital for effective martial arts practice. Even though in the Sil Lim Tao you tend to just move one arm at a time throughout 90% of the form, you're still mentally focused on the opposite arm that's not touching your body. So it focuses you on your stance, your arms, and your legs. On top of it, using your mind as a meditation and letting your eyes guide your movements. So really staying focused, just like stealing the really bad quote movement from Star Wars, never in the moment is this one. People tend to do a form and their mind is all over the place. You must learn to stay focused on the task at hand. Each movement in that form acts like a meditation unto itself. So you should really be focusing on if it's developing the tan sao or working on the punch, just that piece in that moment in time. Number 4, energy flow. The form helps in understanding the flow of energy or chi within the body, promoting relaxation and fluidity in movements. In Wing Chun, energy is always moving forward. By keeping our energy moving forward, it's easier to detect from your opponent any energy that is not directed at you. So there's a maximum Wing Chun. If energy is not directed at you, you want to disregard it. So maintaining, again, as we talked about, that mental clarity and principle of being focused on the movement, training the proper energy behind everything you do. One of the things that prompted me to learn Chinese coming up is because certain aspects of blocks were not translated properly. So I'll never forget the first time I was learning tan sao. They said tan sao is palm up block. Well, tan sao is not palm up block. Or tan, and with dan in Chinese, means to disperse. It's a dispersing hand. So by understanding the energy behind each block and or strike, it really, really helps to stimulate and really take your energy and funnel it into one single direction. So it's really important that you understand the direction, the movement, and the energy behind each block. Number 5, self-defense principles. It instills important self-defense concepts such as distance management, timing, and sensitivity to an opponent's movements. I believe that when you're doing a form, you must truly understand the reason behind each block. By understanding the reason behind each block, you could put the proper jing or energy into it. So many people I've met throughout the years do forms just for the sake of posterity or form's sake. So in my opinion, it's very, very important to understand how to apply each form. You do not fight with a form, but it's important and very valid to understand how you can take each piece of that form and use it in a self-defense or a competitive situation. And the idea is then you can start to link some of those movements together, whether they're not in the same order or not, but you understand how to apply them in a realistic situation. Number 6, progression. Mastery of the Sil Lim Tao form is often a prerequisite for advancing to more complex techniques and forms within Wing Chun, making it a critical step in the practitioner's journey. My Sifu taught me many, many years ago. He told me, he said, if you want to be good, do your basics. If you want to be great, do your basics. If you want to be unbeatable, do your basics. It is such a crucial aspect in your martial art training to develop a very, very strong foundation before moving on to advanced techniques. If you don't have a strong foundation or a base to move from, you become a paper tiger with a clay stance. Number 7, personal development. Beyond martial arts training, this form can cultivate discipline, patience, and perseverance, contributing to personal growth. There is an aspect that I teach called the martial will. It teaches you to go through levels of pain and discomfort to strive to complete something. That'll help you in daily life. So it doesn't necessarily have to be martial arts training, whether it's a problem on a job, in a corporate office, if it's a physical goal that you're trying to complete. By learning how to develop a strong foundation and complete things, it teaches you patience, which is a very, very important part of martial arts training. Number 8, structure and alignment. Sil Lim Tao emphasizes the importance of maintaining proper structure and alignment. This focus helps the practitioner execute techniques with maximum effectiveness while minimizing the risk of injury. Many of the blocks in Wing Chun require proper structure. Hypothetically, with the Tan Sao, the elbow needs to be in the center line. If the elbow is not lined up in the center of the body, you have no structure. If the elbow is pointed out to the side slightly, instead of it going from the elbow to the shoulder, down the back, through the legs, it'll go from the elbow to the front deltoid and go out the side, and you'll have no structure and foundation. So proper body alignment and proper body structure help you so much, especially when you're dealing with a larger opponent, so that you're able to distribute the force through the arms down to the ground. Not that you're looking to fight force with force, but yet you still need to be able to absorb a blow from a larger, stronger opponent and be able to disperse it away from you. Relaxation and tension. One of the core principles taught in Sil Lim Tao is to maintain relaxation while executing movements. This balance between relaxation and tension is crucial for generating power without unnecessary effort, allowing for quick and efficient response in combat. If you get away from martial arts, and I don't know if some of you have ever watched quick draw, the fast gun drawing, the person who's the most relaxed tends to draw the fastest. So if you take a physics equation, right, force equals mass times velocity squared. The more relaxed you are, the faster you're going to be able to move and generate power. Too many people stiffen up, and that impedes so much on their strength and so much on their speed. So the hardest thing to do is to teach a fighter to become relaxed and be patient. So by learning how to relax and at the exact moment to strike out helps so much, because being crucial in a fight is distance and timing. So if your distance stinks, but your timing is good, you're okay. If your timing stinks, but your distance is good, you're okay. But the key in that component is to be able to be relaxed and recognize the two. Number 10, hand techniques. The form introduces various hand techniques, including punches, palm strikes, and blocking movements. Practitioners learn how to effectively use their hands for both offensive and defensive purposes, establishing a solid foundation for later stages in training. Number 11, breathing and rhythm. Proper breathing is integrated into practicing of the Sil Lim Tao. Learning to coordinate breath with movement enhances endurance and helps maintain a calm state of mind, which is essential in high-pressure situations. It was interesting, when I had moved down to the state I live in now, New Jersey, I'd met a lot of martial artists who had been training for years. And I found it quite interesting that nobody ever really taught them how to breathe during combat. I had mentioned this in one of my previous kiais. Some of the guys were so interested in doing board breaking, Ki is great for one shot for focused energy, but you'll gas out. There's nothing, they say in Chinese Kung Fu, that breeds a coward like a lack of conditioning. It's not that you're afraid, but it's really hard to survive if you can't breathe. So really learning how to relax and stay focused under any situation really is crucial. I'll never forget, to get a little off course, when I was going through my scuba diving certifications, a common problem with divers, they tend to get caught up in fishing line or nets. And my dive instructor had taught us, listen, you can breathe. As long as you can breathe, stay calm, and you can find the way out. So the key is to make sure you focus on your breathing, you coordinate your breaths, you don't gas out. Your inhales, you should be able to coordinate recovery breaths and really short breaths, preferably in and out through the nose. You got to learn not to gulp your breath. So every time you strike or block, you need a short exhale, not these long-winded, loud exhaling or ki movements. Number 12, application of principles. While Sil Lim Tao is a solo form, the principles learned can be applied in sparring and real-life scenarios. Practitioners gain insights into concepts like intercepting an opponent's attack, controlling distance, and utilizing angles to their advantage. So, to backtrack a little, as I said previously, is understanding the structure and the foundation, understand the energy to be applied with that block, and how that block is to be used. So, to take each section of the Sil Lim Tao individually and understand a self-defense or sparring technique is super crucial. And again, whether or not linked in the order of Sil Lim Tao, but take them out and put them into sparring combinations, idealistically developing combinations of 3 to 5. So anytime somebody attacks you with a single technique, when you counter, you should go back with 3 to 5, really preferably 7 techniques. The only reason that you should interrupt that is if the fight is over or your opponent gives you a reason to, whether they block, step off, and or counter. From that counter, you need to be able to, again, reinitiate a combination, however you block their counter, and then continue at 5 to 7 to constantly keep pressure on your opponent. Number 13, cultivation of Qi. The practice of Sil Lim Tao is also a method for cultivating and refining internal energy. As practitioners become more and more attuned with their bodies, they can learn to channel this energy effectively in both training and combat. So generally, in the first Tan Cao section, they call it the Heigong, or Neigong, your internal training. So without being mystical and magical, you have to learn how to breathe properly when you're striking. You must learn to control your breath. Number 14, building confidence. Mastery of the Sil Lim Tao form can boost the practitioner's confidence in their abilities. As they become proficient in the basics, they gain the assurance needed to face more advanced techniques and situations. So again, to backtrack on one of my other podcasts, you must learn your techniques until they become to a point of unconscious competency. Learn to develop each aspect of the Sil Lim Tao to make it practical. Make sure you understand each piece, learn how to use it. And then once again, in one of my previous podcasts, I talked about the principles of dealing with things straight around. So pick the techniques that you like in the Sil Lim Tao and the ones that you want to use functionally, and decide how you want to use them against a straight or round technique. So once again, once you have that confidence and you've trained that technique to the point of unconscious competency where it just comes out, you don't have to think about it, there should be no uneasiness when you go from the point of pre-contact to contact in an altercation. Number 15, tradition and lineage. Sil Lim Tao is steeped in the history and philosophy of Wing Chun. Practicing this form connects students to the lineage of their martial art, instilling a sense of tradition and respect for the masters who have come before them. My Sifu had taught me a maxim: when you drink the tea, never forget where the water came from. So never forget where your beginnings came from, whether it's from what your Sifu you started with, the Sifu that you're training with currently, and never forget your foundation. I've been in martial arts now over 50 years, and still it's a daily practice to go through my Sil Lim Tao. When my Sifu was training me for combat applications and fighting, I had 2 foundational pieces that had to be done every day. Every day it was 20 Sil Lim Tao forms and then my iron palm. So the iron palm for developing different striking techniques, stance and foundation, and to build on that stance and foundation, was the Sil Lim Tao form, holding your Yiji Kunyun Ma, where you're clamping the goat stance, and developing your short techniques for striking and blocking power. In summary, the Sil Lim Tao form is a comprehensive training tool that covers a wide range of physical and mental aspects of martial arts. Its importance cannot be overstated, as it lays the groundwork for all future development in Wing Chun. Overall, the Sil Lim Tao form is not just a set of movements, but a comprehensive training tool that encapsulates the essence of Wing Chun. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please feel free to reach out to me at warriorsbreath.com, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thanks. Have a great day.